Hey everybody! Merry Christmas! Normally I'm like a super humbug, but this year I'm less humbug. So that's good, right? See, I forgot to put water in my palate. Let's take some of this drinking water right here. So I thought what I would do before we get started is I thought maybe we could like open up some packages. Some of these I've had for a really long time and I just like never open them because I'm bad. So I thought we could open them together. That could be fun, right? Okay. So this one that I'm looking at doesn't have a return address, but I think from the writing on it that this is from my bestie Scary. So I am expecting something from him. So let's see. And this is for my birthday. It's not like I'm like opening Christmas presents or anything. These were all sent like long time ago. I am the worst at opening mail. Hey, happy holidays. Yay, packages. I know, I like don't get mail that often, and when I do, it's always from like the same people. People that I just absolutely adore. So, yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what's in here. I'm pretty sure that this one is from Scary. If you don't follow Stormcast everywhere, highly recommend doing a heckin' follow. Hey Dice Tactics, hey Jeff, hey Zachary. You know you're a modeler when you use a dental pick to open your mail at your hobby desk. Yeah, and this one has like so much, like milliput and stuff on it, and I was just like, okay. It is what it is. Maybe I'll get new hobby tools. Oh, baby! So yes, if this has ogre stuff in it, I'm gonna guess that this is from Scary. Hey Rob, how's it going? So I already have one of these, but I mean they're pretty good, so I could use another one. I will say these are a lot smaller than I thought that they would be. Like they're smaller than like regular like ogre gluttons, and I was like, they're a leader with more wounds, like. Maybe they should be bigger, but they're not. But that's okay. I have another one, so I get to paint 2 of those. Let's see, what's this one? Yes, this is from Scary. So Scary knew that I was looking for this, and this is like, so I collect the Maneaters for ogres, and this is a Maneater, but not just any Maneater. This is the Lady Maneater with the rolling pin. Which I'm not sure you can even get this one anymore. I'm not sure, but Scary found it for me, like hiding in some store in Ontario, and he got it for me, and I'm so excited to paint this one up. So I think I'm gonna have to go on an assembly spree because I have a bunch of like metal stuff. So I have like metal gorgers and I have metal yetis for my ogres as well. So I'm gonna have to go on a spree because I hate assembling metal. So like if I'm gonna get set up to do it, I might as well just do everything. You know what I mean? So we've got that. Is that it? Is that it? Okay, so that's it for that one. There's no note because he's my best friend. If there was a note, it would probably just make fun of me or something. So that's the first one. In college, a friend gave me a butterfly knife for my birthday, so I used that for my packages. Those are like hella illegal here. But still, super cool. Okay, this one is from the United States. And this one is from Mr. Paul Murphy. My podcast homie and somebody who has really sort of been there for me in my growth and development as a podcaster. So let's see what's in here. You can never have too many minis. Bet you can. I inventoried mine. I have a lot. OG square base Warhams, exactly. Okay, instructions. What a hero. So this is the Sentinel from the new Cadia Stands box. So I have 2 Scout Sentinels, and I never had any Armored Sentinels. So I have the Cadia Stands box. I haven't put it together yet, but now I'm going to have 2 Armored Sentinels. I'm going to build these as Armored Sentinels. So that's like a decent sprue. There's like all the weapon options and stuff. I wonder if this will be like as much of a pain in the butt to put together as the old models are. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, it was really hard to like get the legs and stuff all together. But yeah, this does look like it might be a little bit of a pain. But thank you, Paul. I'm so excited. So I've got the Cadia Stance box, and I'm going to be putting that stuff together if I can't harass my husband into doing it for me. I hate assembly, so there's that. Okay, so there's that. I bought the new Slaves to Darkness box set. Nice. I can't wait to build it and try AOS. The little, I think they're sword and board dudes. Those are like the best, one of the best units in the entire game. And I stand by that. They're like cheap and cheerful and also really hard to shift. Like, great screening units. Can you though? You can. So actually, I don't know if you can see too much because my husband has been finding like space for stuff, but we have like a 4-foot tall box of boxes of kits that we haven't put together yet, just like right over there by the window, and like we have so much stuff. I'm like, how are we ever gonna get to it? How are we ever gonna get to it? But we're gonna try. Debating getting into Warcry, but I don't know about a whole AOS army. We'll just start with Warcry. If you like the minis and all that, then they all port over into Age of Sigmar. Now this one I feel like lots of shame for not opening this. I've had this one for months and months. And again, because I'm trying not to like have too many things in front of me to distract me. But this one is from my beautiful friend Tom. Oh, if you want to follow Paul, who gave me the Sentinel, you can find him on Instagram. His username is Fights with Dice, or you can find him on Twitter. He's a little bit more active on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter. So his username there is Warmaster_TPM. And I mean, check us out on Forge the Narrative podcast. New releases every Saturday. Okay, so this one is from my beautiful friend Tom, who is just an amazing human being, and I love him so much. And I had mentioned months and months and months ago that I would like to try painting Stormcast, but I didn't want to buy like a whole box of stuff. Like, I just have some ideas for like paint schemes that I want to try. So him and all of his like sweet glory, also his obsessive collector glory, he sent me, oh my gosh, this is like really hard to get into. He sent me something, so I'm pretty sure that they're Stormcast. Let's see here. Yes, Stormcast. And don't ask me what these are, because I don't know any of the Stormcast names or anything. I just know that they look cool, and I would really like to paint a couple. So this looks like a caster of some sort. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a caster of some sort. She's got books and a staff. It's usually an indicator of some sort of caster. And then, oh, this is just something with like a big hammer. So rad. It's also got like a little like griffin puppy dog, which I think would be really fun to paint too. So, this one looks awesome too. So I have some Stormcast stuff. Don't ask me what they are. But I've got 2 different paint schemes that I want to try. Both of them start with a white base. So basically I want to like push myself to try and paint some white. I've never done it before and it kind of scares me. So what do I have down here? Oh, the puppy dog base, right. Okay. So that's my unboxing. I'm just gonna put all this stuff on the table behind me. Yay! Debating. Oh yes. I don't play Warcry, but I really want the new Lizardmen band. I need chameleon skinks for my square base army. They look really, really nice. Need to go check in on my students. Oh, thank you so much for stopping in, Zachary. Hey, Zan, how's it going? I photographed enough of them. I should be able to identify those. Oh, these ones? The Stormcast Eternals? Yeah, I have no idea what they are, but they look cool, and I'm gonna paint them, so there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop these here, and then we'll start painting. Okay. So, let's pull out the Keeper and see where we're at. I tried really hard to get the color to look like more like what it is in real life. It's still not perfect, but it is closer. I did the hair off camera because I really hate painting hair and it's really frustrating for me. So, yeah, I did that off camera. You can kind of, I guess, see that it's white with like kind of a purple undertone. I want to say that one's a Lord Imperatant with a Griffhound, but I wouldn't swear to it. I will definitely check it out later and see if I can... Well, I need to add it to my inventory, so I'm going to have to find the names of them. So I'll probably just like hit up the Google machine and see what I can find. Oh yeah, and I'm working on these guys. I'm working on 2 of these for my ogre army. So they're just a work in progress, but I really like the Mornfang. They're like super fast. They're expensive, but I use them as screening units when I play like Monster Mash for them. So been working on these off stream. Okay, so what I'm gonna do on the Keeper is I'm gonna start blocking out all the details that are gonna be gold. And I'm gonna say gold because I try to make them a bit like a rose gold. So I'm actually gonna start off with this beautiful paint here. It's copper by Pro Acryl, and it's kind of got like a pinky hue. And then when I wash it Reichland Flesh Shade, and then I mix my highlights with the copper and then this white gold, and then it ends up looking rose gold in the end. So that's how I'm gonna do this, but it starts off with blocking in all the gold. So that's what we're gonna do today. Are you saying that we missed out on creative swearing while you were doing the hair? Yes, Pezler. I really, really dislike painting hair. I'm scared to inventory my collection of stuff. So I'm gonna like level with you. I was feeling overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I had, and I really didn't know like how much I had, how much I still had to do, and it was starting to feel like an insurmountable task. So that's why I inventoried it. I'm really glad I did. So like all my factions have Trello boards and things. So I can have like what's new in box, what's built, and what's painted, like what's finished. So Just so yeah, that's what I'm doing. And some factions are more shameful than others. Like my orcs are actually pretty good. I don't have that much really to paint with them. I mean, I do, but I don't. Um, like I still have a lot, but it's not bad compared to the other factions. Um, my um, my custodians are actually not bad either. I have quite a bit of them painted. I have a bunch of resin stuff I have to put together, and I have to wash it, and I hate doing that, so I just been putting it off and putting it off. So eventually, eventually I'll get it all done. Looks like that might be a Lord Veritant. At least Jeff and I agree on a Lord of some kind. And Mage Lady might be an Evocator Squad Champion. Okay. Cool. Well, they will be added to the inventory. I wish I could be that organized. Only time I take any inventories when I gather stuff to take into work for trade credit so that I can get more stuff. I very rarely get rid of stuff. But I have like my main factions, and that's all that I don't really feel like just collecting more stuff. Like I see new stuff come out and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," but if it's not for one of my factions, I don't normally care to get it. So this copper paint is a little bit old. I've had it for years. So normally you don't have to add any water to Monument Hobbies paints, but I might just because this one's really old. But it's actually not going on too bad. I think Jeff's probably right on the Lord Imperatant. Okay. Hey, Dim, how's it going? I'm the same way. I'm a player first, so if it's not something I'm going to put on the table, I'm not gonna buy it. Exactly. And like I'm painting this for my husband, this keeper, and like that was the deal. We talked about it last week. I was like, I'll paint it for you. It's not gonna just sit in a box. Like you're gonna play with it. Or else. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. And I'm using a very tiny brush for this just because a lot of this model is done to completion and I don't really want to nick any parts that are already completed. So normally I wouldn't use a brush this small because the paint dries on it, but I just really want to make sure I'm being careful. That skin color looks freaking cool. It is cool, but I just, for some reason on camera, I just cannot get it to look like how it looks in person. The colors that I use when you look at it, it kind of makes it look like a color shift, but it's not. It's just like regular opaque paint. And I think it actually confuses the camera. Um, so like it's so Slanesh that my camera just doesn't know how to like handle it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think, probably break out like my digital SLR to take pictures of it when it's done. I hate bringing that thing out. Oh, you know what? I could bring out my Micro Four Thirds. I bet that would actually take really good pictures of it too. Okay, this is why I used the tiny brush for this, is because this, like the cloaks are already completed, and I just really don't want to nick them. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I think that's good enough. Hey Dim, did I see that Nikki got a Keeper of Secrets in her Secret Santa? Like, what an amazing Secret Santa, huh? Somebody went, like, all out there. Are you going to do gloss on any of the leather bits to make it like leather? I was thinking about it. I might, but that's got to go on um, after the clear coat goes on. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. I just, sometimes when you use a gloss, like a really high gloss, sometimes you lose some of the highlights and things that go on, and black is really hard to highlight at the best of times, so... But I am thinking about it. I might end up doing that. It's too sexy for your stream. Too sexy for your stream. It is. But, like, not only that, but, like, my new phone camera, too, is just like, what color is that? Is it blue? Is it purple? So then it just sort of freaks out and tries to do both. Don't nick the cloaks or you'll get your knickers in a bunch. It's true. PVC. Polyurethane. Like, what an amazing Secret Santa to get a Keeper of Secrets. Somebody got spoiled. So it doesn't matter too much if I go over onto the black, because I'm going to redo the black at some point. So actually, I'm probably going to do the black last because I haven't decided. Maybe you guys can help me. So the Keeper has this like collar. And my two options are to do this teal color that I did on the back here, or to do it black. And I'm not sure. I think once I put all the gold on, it'll be easy to tell which color it should actually be. But those are my two choices. But yeah, the black is all going to go on last. So I have time to make up my mind. Blurple error. Yes. I think the budget for Secret Santa was 35, so she really lucked out. Yeah, they put like a minimum budget on, right? Like you got to spend at least 35 bucks. Does she have a keeper already? I know she's got like chariots and stuff. And if people don't know who we're talking about Nikki from Hammer Minis. She's the other half with Dim. And I just love her. I just think she's the cutest little thing ever. She gets so excited about stuff. Okay. I say the teal, it'll tie the model together better. Yeah, it might. Because there is going to be some black up here as well. Like these are going to stay black. Yeah, I don't know like where the autofocus point is here. Probably there. Not even there. Jesus, this camera sucks. So these like little horn covers here are going to stay black, but there's going to be so much gold around there as well. So, yeah. I'm not too sure what the best call is there. Then you could leopard print the tights. I'm not doing it. I've decided I'm not doing leopard print. I was like, man, I've already spent so much time on this mini. Like, if I do leopard print on anything, I'm going to be here until 2024 painting this damn thing. So, I've decided against the leopard. It's a great idea. I'm just, like, not that try-hard. You know? Plus, I got a crap ton of Night Haunt that I gotta paint. So, I gotta get going, you know? I think I broke this paint. How did I break this paint? I barely even added any water to it. We'll put some more on here. That feels better. I didn't participate this year, but last year was $35 minimum. Yeah. That's what I remember. I also remember seeing last year that a lot of people went like crazy, and like I knew I couldn't afford to go crazy, so I was like, I'm not doing it. I don't even go that crazy for like family. I think I have like $50 limits for people. So I tend to be quite a humbug. This year's a little bit different. I think I've kind of come to accept that I just don't do like the commercialism of Christmas. I don't like it. It makes me feel icky. And so I kind of come to like a comfortable place with that. So it's allowing me to enjoy the parts of the season that I do like. I did a bunch of baking yesterday. I think I'm going to make some lemon squares today after the stream. I still didn't put up my tree though. I don't think I'm going to put up my tree. But I think the difference too is like I did therapy this year, and we did a lot of work on like identifying my own personal values and things, and how it's okay to make like it's okay to live your life in accordance with your own values, like even if they don't fully line up with like your family or whatever. So I think I'm just more comfortable this year in saying like no, I'm not gonna be spending, like I'm not gonna put myself in more debt just for one day and to buy people a bunch of crap that they don't need or want in some cases. I am also one of those people. Like I have so much stuff already. Like I said, we're trying to organize this freaking game room, and it's just like we have so much stuff. So because this place is overloaded overloaded with stuff, I like the rest of my house to be like kind of sparse. I don't like to have too much going on. Oh, that's too much paint. Let's see if I can fix this. without making it worse. Nope, you made it worse, Tanya. Damn it. Okay, fixing it. Fixing it. She has one, but she wants three. 3 keepers was like the thing to do in the last book. She's got a lot of secrets to keep. Too many for one, or even 2 keepers. It's the same reason why I didn't join the Secret Santa. I didn't want to have to overspend, because if you don't, you feel your gift isn't good enough. Exactly. I think that it would be better if they did put a maximum on it. I would be more likely to participate if it was like between $35 and $50. Like, that's your minimum and your maximum. If you haven't put up the tree yet, then yeah, probably best to just not. We just have a tiny tree. It's just an artificial tree because I don't like the idea of like chopping down an actual living tree. Just so that I can, you know, have a decoration for a month. I think that the tree looks nicer out there in the forest where it belongs. I never got mine last year. That wasn't the reason I didn't do it this year, but it was pretty crummy. Yeah, that sucks. I'm in the same boat of not putting up the tree. I mean, I like it. So, okay, I have a pretty badass Christmas tree. It is artificial, but it's black. And I found a bunch of tinsel, but it was like Halloween tinsel. So I have like an orange and black and purple Christmas tree. So like my Christmas tree is pretty badass, but I don't know. I just can never seem to like find enough time and desire to do it. I think if I had people over at my house for Christmas, I'd put it up, but I usually go to my mom's, and so I don't know. I enjoy her Christmas tree on Christmas Day. I need to find some sort of cookie tin, and then yours will be in the mail. Ooh. Well, delicious. Thank you, Zen. And in fact, most people, that's what they get from me from gifts, is just homemade stuff. Like homemade baking and I do it for my dad too, because he's not, I guess you call him pre-diabetic. So I make reduced sugar stuff so that he can enjoy it too. But honestly, like most home baking recipes call for so much sugar that it gets to a certain point you don't notice that it's not there. Which was shocking to me when I did half sweet and I couldn't tell the difference. I was like, why is all this sugar in this recipe? So, and yeah, I started giving all those goodies to like other people, and then now they give their tins back and they're like, can you fill this up, please? Yes. I used to do that a lot with my home brewing. I'd make liqueurs and mead and pass it around. See, I would be really happy with that. I love homemade gifts. I love homemade cards. That to me is just like the best. The absolute best. I've sampled them and they're pretty good, if I can say so myself. Absolutely you can, and you should. Good morning, Brack. How's it going? So, like, I think the gold kind of just pulls all of this together. And I'm going to do the sword all gold as well. I don't want any silver on this. Just all gold all the time. But since everything else is like basically done around it, I do have to be very careful with all this. I'd send you some of my next batch, but the Custom folks might get their undies in a bunch. They most definitely would. Bunch of killjoys. My friend got me a 6-pack of craft beer because I love craft beer. And I just, like, my taste buds are confused by it. So it's like, it says white chocolate on it as one of the flavors. It is not. It's like chocolate. It's like milk chocolate is one of the flavors. And it's really strong. Um, and there's tons of vanilla and like a little bit of caramel in it. And normally I'd be like, oh hell yeah, put that in a stout, you know? I'll be all over that. But this is just in an ale, and I'm like confused. I'm like, this doesn't taste like beer. This is weird. I think it would be really good for people who like have a um like who just love chocolate. I'm not like a huge chocolate fan. I do love vanilla though. So I think it would be really good for people who like chocolate and maybe don't like beer. But it's like a seasonal thing. You can't get it all the time. But like I think I like it, but then I think I don't. I'm gonna have to just keep drinking it until I figure out what it's all about. Also, when Nikki got her Secret Santa, the person just put in abbreviations BS, so we don't even know who it is. Ooh, it's like a true secret. BS. Did they put like a return address? Where was it like posted from? That sounds familiar. I wonder if I've had that one. I've had so many. I live across the river from Portland. Um, so this one is from a Vancouver, BC brewery. It's called Lion's Winter Ale. And yeah, it's confusing to me. I mean, I don't have a very like advanced palate when it comes to beer. Beer is like a new thing for me. I never really used to like beer until when did I start liking beer? I don't even know. Um, so yeah, I don't have like a super advanced palate, but now it is something that I really like, so y'all, how do you feel about like the coppery color? Do you feel I feel like it brings it all together, but what do y'all think? That's the ugliest bruiser I've ever seen. Yeah, I like got super burnt out on painting my orcs. Like holy. Um And yeah, so my husband was like, Tanya, because I gave him all my Slanesh demons. I had painted a few of them. And he like, I like the scheme though. And I was like, God damn it. Fine, I guess I'll keep painting them for you when I need like a break from my other factions. Because I don't know, the playstyle just doesn't vibe with me. And if I ain't go play with it, there's no point in me collecting it. Except Space Wolves. Except Space Wolves, because they're my boys. Very shiny, yes. It won't be as shiny at the end, because I put a pretty matte clear coat on top of it. But for now, it is very shiny. have to get back to work. Thank you so much for stopping in, Dim. It's always great to talk to you. I enjoy our little conversations on Instagram. Have a great day at work. And, like, I'm totally holding my breath while I'm painting all this stuff. So I am a little shaky today. I've been kind of sick for the past couple days. Still, like, a little icky, actually. But we do what we can. Gonna have to paint a little black in here. I don't know if this is an imperfection in the mold or if this is maybe some wash that got dried in here, but it's not on this side, so I'm gonna have to go in and paint that black, but that shouldn't be a problem. My models and paints have been packed away for a week and I'm not coping. I wouldn't be able to cope either. I feel like I would keep like just a tiny little bit of paints, like for me 20. I keep 20 paints, some brushes, like all in a little like Rubbermaid bin that I could tote around with me, because I don't think I would cope well either. This is like my zen time, my time where I can relax. So I don't know if I've told people or not, but my husband was laid off last week. So it's been like, we're like, I guess, in a transitional period in the household, and it's been like a little bit stressful, but my husband was going to quit anyway, so we've been kind of preparing for it. Um, but yeah, it's been a little stressful, not gonna lie. I had a punchline for that and it's completely gone. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Um so that actually means that our community gaming space is, because the store is closing down. So the community gaming space is gone and I'm like really sad about it. Game nights were like starting to pop off again, and yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of sad. I mean, I have like my own gaming table, so it's fine. Um it's just like it's a table, like you can't just walk around and see how everybody else's games are going because it's just going to be you and your person. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. I mean, we're working on like maybe creating some sort of like game club idea where people can like pay dues, and then maybe we can rent a space once a week to play. So we're working on it, but kind of have to like mourn the loss of what we had. February is far away. I may go nuts. I don't even know how I would do it personally. Sucks. Hopefully he can find something else soon. Oh, he's very employable, so I don't think I don't think that he will be without a job. Like as soon as he's like, yeah, My vacation is done. I'm gonna go find a job. I think he'll get one right away. Especially this time. Yeah. Does he get any sort of severance or anything? No, the company doesn't have any money like that. The community gaming space was where he worked? Yes. Yes, he worked at the local game store. Well, I mean, it was more than a game store. It was like also like RC cars. I don't know if you know anything about remote control cars, but the markup on all that stuff retail is like terrible. Um, so unless you live in like a big sort of metro hub, that's not a great product to sell. And the guy who ran the store was not a gamer. He was an RC guy. So like all the gaming stuff that had a much better markup on it, he didn't prioritize. So it was just like kind of bad business decisions. I think we may have to discuss the meaning of punchline. It doesn't mean punch in the gut line. Sorry for the bummer. We're not too upset about it. Like, my husband like never takes vacation, so he's like, oh well, maybe I'll just like relax for a month. So I do it. Take your vacation. There's a club like that down here in the Vancouver PDX area called Ordo Fanaticus. Oh, that's fun. They rent an attic above a coffee roaster. Oh my god, I bet it smells amazing. They're actually bringing back the annual gaming con they host this year. Nice. Also, people steal RC cars like mad, break them, and think they're entitled to returns and just have no idea what they're buying. Yes. Yes, it is a bit of a pain. Like, you literally, you can take back nothing once it leaves the store. It's crazy. Working in an LGS can be tough when your boss doesn't support the games. I mean, he tried. It's hard when you're not a gamer. Like, he let us play there, even if he didn't, like, order us the stuff we wanted. I used to work in a shop where I was the minis expert, but my boss was a board gamer, and it didn't want to support minis. Yeah. I don't think that he sort of, like, made the decision, like, I'm not gonna support them. I think he just didn't prioritize it because he liked RC cars. Which, yeah. I don't think it was, like, the best retail decision, but it's really hard to watch that stuff happen in real time because I used to actually manage a store, not a game store. It was like a, I don't know, it was just like a fashion store, but I used to manage it, and so you kind of like just learn all these little tips and tricks, like just retail tips and tricks, and you kind of learn like about stock fluidity and stuff like that, and yeah, it was really frustrating for me to like watch as all of this was going down. I think it was especially frustrating because there were so many really good resources for that guy. Like my husband was an amazing resource. He worked at a local game store for like 12 years. And it wasn't just like gaming. Like it was board games, it was video games, it was like all sorts of different stuff. So but my husband was in charge of ordering for the Warhammer side of things, and so like there was this great resource right there, sort of like telling him how to save the store, and They just chose not to listen, and I think that was the most frustrating thing for me. But I really do feel that, like, when one door closes, it's because there's something better out there. So, and I think that my husband feels the same way too. Like, I think he feels that there's something much better out there for him, and I think that his confidence in himself has grown a lot this year. So, I think I know that there's going to be something much better for him around the corner. But yeah, it's been really hard. So I joined on to help implement the Las Vegas Open live stream, and I feel like since this news came down, it's been really hard for me to focus on like my tasks that I need to do, and I really need to sort of like get myself together and make a to-do list, like a personal to-do list of things that I still need to do. I'm sure I'm overthinking it because I've been doing stuff. Also, my to-do lists are always just like find somebody to delegate X task to. And I think I've been doing that, but I just need to organize my thoughts. What have I delegated? What do I still have to delegate? I gotta say, the coverage on most of these Monument Hobbies metallics is so good. Like, they are on par with the Vallejo model, not model, Vallejo metal colors, which are also very good. Yeah, I had a feeling once the gold was going to go on that I'd be like, oh yes, my vision is coming together. And it is. I'm not sure if I want to do these little pieces here, if I want to do them black, or if I want to do them gold. I think what I'm going to do is paint all the rest of the gold, and then decide from there if I want to do black or gold. Also, y'all, so I live in Canada, for people who don't know. It's minus 22 here. And in general, I like the cold, if it's really cold. But there's a wind chill, which we normally don't get, and it's just freaking cold. And like my furnace is like not stopped at all. Which is fine, but it's just the downstairs is really cold and then the upstairs where I am here is really hot. I haven't really figured out a way to like get that cold air back downstairs. Maybe I should set up a fan at the stairs. Try to pump that downstairs. Yes, my vision is coming together. The wash that I used is, let's see if I can get it to focus, is Druchii Violet, and it actually is quite shiny. I don't know if I got a gloss one by accident, but it's a little glossy. So when I'm looking in um, in the camera and I see like shininess, I'm like, oh my god, I got like this gold on everything. But no, it's just the gold reflecting off the shininess of the Druchii purple. And that will definitely fix itself once I clear coat this. Is minus 22 with the wind chill, or is it the actual temperature? That's the actual temperature. It's minus 22. Although maybe it's gone up a little bit. I don't know. See if my phone will tell me. Nope, minus 21. It's gone up 1 degree. Yes, and then the wind chill on top. It's a little chilly here today. But you know what? I can't really complain because it's been super snowy, which for us is not super common. Like I said, I live in a desert. But it's been kind of mild. Like it's been sort of sitting around -5, like 0 to -5 for most of the winter. So like, it's about time that we get our cold snap. I shouldn't complain. Druchii Violet doesn't come in a gloss matte option, but yeah, if you're gonna put a matte coat, clear coat, that'll take care of it. We're at a balmy -13. See, like, I can handle that. That doesn't feel like too bad. It's funny though because so I have arthritis, and when it's like 5 to -5, that is when my joints hurt the most. So if it's like over -5, I'm laughing. Like I'm feeling good. And then if it's warmer than 5 degrees, then I'm usually pretty good too. So I don't mind if it's super cold. It's just like last week was like -5 and now it's -21. It's like there was no transition period at all. But I felt like that at fall too. It was like 20 degrees and then it was all of a sudden -5. And I was like, what is going on? We don't usually drop down past about 30 degrees Fahrenheit here during the coldest part of the year. At exactly zero degrees. I don't know what 30 Fahrenheit is. Is that like 10 degrees Celsius? Because I feel like 70 is pretty close to like 20. I mean, I'm just pulling these numbers out of my butt. I could be completely off. So I'm probably not going to be doing too much highlighting in the inside. On this side, you can kind of see how like the little belt thing, you can see the inside on this side. I don't think I'm going to be doing that much on it. I'll probably just wash it and then leave it. I'm also trying to figure out like what colors to do the little gems. I might do them like Warlord purple, just to add an extra layer of like gaudy clashingness. And again, it doesn't matter if I get this metallic on the black. Just have to be careful not to get it on the cloth bits that I've already painted. According to Google, about 4.5. Oh, that's pretty chilly. I was looking at the current temperature. Nope. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is exactly 0. Okay. The point at which water freezes. I always find that funny, like, in Celsius, you've got like these milestones, right? So like 0 degrees is where it all starts, and that's where water freezes. Like, it seems like a natural point to start, but like, what happens at 0 degrees Fahrenheit? Like, why was that picked as the starting point for like 0? There's got to be a reason, right? But then, like, why is a foot a foot? Like, why is 12 inches a foot? Like, who made these measurements? That's when I say the last 8 years I've been living in Mexico and the weather's amazing. It's almost always like summer. I will say, I have been to Mexico, and it is an absolutely beautiful country. I would love to go back. However, where I went, it was like humid as all hell, and like, as a desert girl, that is really hard for me to get to get used to. It's dry here normally. And like, I like it. I like it dry. If I remember correctly, it was the coldest measured temperature when they were calibrating the thermometer, and they just ran with it. Okay. Well, alright then. I guess that makes sense. Kinda. I have drank a lot of coffee today. It's probably time for me to drink some water. It's starting to get like weird, like, I don't know if anybody else gets this, but when I drink too much coffee, I get this like weird sort of like sparkly feeling in like my frontal lobe. And that's how I know it's time to like drink some water. Depends on where they are. Yeah. After Fahrenheit's death, the scale was recalibrated to make it slightly more accurate. The exact freezing and boiling points of water, minus the salt, were marked at 32 and 212 degrees, respectively. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is entirely arbitrary. Ah! Oh, it just like hurts my brain a little bit. I came from dry cold. I lived in northern Nevada for most of my life. So then you went from like dry cold to like moist hot. Well, it depends where you are. There's deserts in Mexico too. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is the freezing point of water in a salt bath. Nice. That's funny. What's the exact salt concentration then? I gotta know. I feel like I'm gonna go on like a Wikipedia, just meander when I get done on stream. Also, my dog is Mr. Is it? Oh, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's it. When he is in the house, he is the most amazing dog. Just so sweet, so calm. Just best house pet ever. And when I take him for a walk, he turns into a hellion. Like, if you could see how absolutely destroyed my legs are from him, like, jumping on me, crawling on me, biting me. So, we're not too sure what's going on there. So, my husband is out walking the dog right now. Champion that he is. I'm gonna have to ride my stationary bike though, because I can already feel like I can feel when I don't get my walks in, like my arthritic knees just like hate me. So I'm gonna have to ride my stationary bike later today. But yeah, I am just like at a loss. I have trained 5 dogs before this one, and I was like, oh yeah, huskies are hard to train. Yeah, well, Shih Tzus are on that list too, and I trained them to do all sorts of stuff. So I got this. No, I do not. I most certainly do not got this. So I'm like at a loss what to do with this dog. Like we have to figure it out. Um our vet wanted us to wait until February to get him fixed, and it's not going to happen. We're going to have to get him fixed like right away, I think. Um so we're going to try that. We were always going to get him fixed, but now we're going to try and see if that like balances him out a little bit. But yeah, it's so frustrating, like, and on top of that, like, he's not a food dog. So it's not like with my other dogs, you could just like, oh, like, you could basically give them bacon and they would like stop doing all of the bad things. Not this guy. When he's out of the house, he won't take anything. Bacon, ham, cheese, like, I've tried everything. It's so frustrating. I tried toys and that makes it worse. We have like mild success with praise as long as there's no like extra stimuli for him. So it's just it's so frustrating. Soggy hot, Tanya's favorite type of hot. Absolutely not. No soggy. And because Nerd with Google is dangerous, the saltwater bath was a mixture of ice, water, and ammonium chloride, a salt, at a 1:1:1 ratio. I feel like that's a lot of ammonium chloride. 1:1:1? Dude, I will seriously consent to being bacon trained. Me too. Me too. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's not even like it was like cheap ass like on sale bacon. No, we get at the butcher shop. It's like thick cut smokehouse bacon, like double smoked bacon. It's like good quality bacon. It's thick cut, so it's like a meaty, satisfying bacon. Still, he will not behave. You guys. He won't behave. It's salty licorice salt? What? Zan, what? Licorice salt? I think there's a story there. I think I need to hear the rest of that story. Okay, so I see that there's like a little black. Wow, there's a little bit of this this gold piping that goes along the back. You know what I'm going to say about that? Fuck it. I'm not painting it. It can stay black. Nobody's going to even see it. I'm not painting it. When I was a baby painter just starting out, I would have painted every little thing even if you couldn't see it. You know what? I'm not doing it. My sanity means more to me than painting these 2 tiny strips of cording that go around the back. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This song is weird. I just found like a weird like instrumental Christmas inspired list that was like not Christmas music because I can't. I worked in retail for way too long. It ruined Christmas carols for me. Also, there's like just so many problems with copyrights and stuff with that. So this was like the Christmas inspired thing I decided to go with. And there's some like odd songs in it. In Scandinavia, they make black licorice with ammonium chloride. I really like it, but it's not to the taste of most Americans. The black licorice that I like the most is Australian licorice. Thank you for whoever decided to follow me on Twitch. I watched a Canadian YouTuber investigate Celsius versus Fahrenheit and some other stuff. Their conclusion was Celsius is better for math and science, but Fahrenheit is better for what it feels like. 70 feels like 100? I don't understand. I mean, I'll take your word for it, but because I don't have Fahrenheit in my brain, that makes no sense to me. Like, I have no frame of reference for it. Oh, I saw like a funny meme the other day, and it was like countries that use metric or whatever, and it was like every country except the States. And then for the States, it was like countries that have put a man on the moon. And I was like, whoa, that's so funny. Okay, I think I'm gonna start doing this headpiece. I'm not gonna lie. Scares the poop out of me, but I think I'm gonna leave. So there's like a little ponytail holder. I'm gonna leave that black. So I'm gonna repaint that black. It's like a little gem on the back. I'll probably paint that. And then there's like this little piece here. I think I'm gonna leave that black as well, but then I'll paint like the rest of that stuff, the gold color, well, copper color. Even NASA uses metric last I checked, though. They probably do. 100 Fahrenheit feels like 100 hot. It quite routinely gets up to 100 degrees where I live as well. Oh yeah, she's got like these little like eyebrow things, so I'm gonna paint those black too. So it actually doesn't matter if I get any paint on there. I'm sure that those are her actual like eyebrow ridges, but I'm gonna paint the black anyway. I don't care. And again, it doesn't matter if I get too much on like this little thing here, because I'm gonna repaint that. All the black is gonna be repainted, cleaned up. So my YouTube shorts have kind of started to get a life of their own. I don't really understand it. And yeah, I don't understand it. So I've had like record growth on YouTube, and whenever that happens, that always means that there's like more weird comments you have to deal with. And I have a bully who comes out of the woodwork every time I sort of have like an explosion of new followers on literally any platform. So and so I got a comment from somebody who was like, "Get ready to blow up, girl. Like, get ready for an influx of new followers." And I was like, "Oh no, I actually don't want that. I just made these to help people." So it's like I'm in a weird place where I'm like, I'm really happy where I am, and I'm really happy to just have just like a few followers, and I don't know what I would do if I have to like navigate all the stuff that comes with having a bunch of new followers. Like, obviously I'm super like blessed and really happy that people are like invested in the journey and all that, but at the same time, like, I'm just happy to be relaxed. I just noticed you're at 6.66 thousand subscribers. That's so funny. I feel like 2 weeks ago I was at 5,000 and I was like, woo, look at that. That's crazy. So, yeah, it's been like nuts. And I don't know how to like, I don't know what's the best way. Like, do I just like go with the flow and just not change anything? Do I just not change how I do stuff? That's probably like the best way to handle it, right? It's just to keep doing what I'm doing. But some of those comments, man. One of them was like, I'm all for girls getting into Warhammer, but like, you should read all of the manuals. I was like, oh man, there's manuals? Awesome. If you can point me in the direction of where to buy manuals, I would 100% read those. And then what did I say? And then I was like, oh, and I'm also almost 40, so hardly a girl. If you were intending on patronizing me, you can kindly show yourself out. I ain't got time for that patronizing BS, yo. You're awesome and do what you do, and who cares about those horrible people? Thank you, Steve. It's just like I wanna like read the comments because I feel like there are lots of people in there who ask really good questions, right? And also when I really do get things wrong, like I want to know. So I do want to read the comments, but some of them are just like, boy, don't you know how to act right? Like, come on. Oh, wow. Do y'all hear my dog down there? What a sassy guy. And again, it doesn't matter if I get any on this like black piece here. That's gonna be black later, so. You're not obsessed with chasing the algorithm and growing the channel as big as you can, then yes, just keep what you're doing. Only change what you do if you want to chase the numbers. Yeah, I don't want to chase the numbers. I don't want to make like clickbaity stuff. I literally just want to like help people. That's it. Also, I feel like I want to do another episode of Be Nice Roll Dice. But and I want to do it with my friend Alex. But I feel like there's not going to be time to do it before LVO. So that might be like an after LVO project. Because I kind of want to talk to him about like what's going on in our local community, why I stopped playing 40K, and the main question is like what's the deal with narrative, casual, and competitive gamers? And like can we all come together and have a fun game? Because like even as a casual gamer who could go like I can go either way, yo. Like I could play competitively once in a while, and I could play narratively once in a while, but I literally just want to play cash. But I'm finding it harder and harder to play with like either side. Oh, there's a dog here. Hi, Bubba. Were you a hellion out on your walk? In middle of the road, so you're a little bit hellion?
A little bit.
Just a little bit? Okay, well. Hi, Bubba. You got eye boogers. There you go. Hey, Dr. Rhino, how's it going? I hope that you're doing well. Stupid autofocus. I don't know why it just won't. There we go. Yay! I really knew, like, I just knew that once the sort of coppery color went on, that it would really all tie this stuff together. I love it. She's so pretty. Okay, painting this little nose ring is gonna be like a little bit nerve-wracking for me though. So if I go silent, it's because I'm trying real hard. Yeah. I know some people do get like um they do get like a little bit upset when you like take something that they've done and sort of make it your own. There's like a local guy, I'm pretty sure, feels that way about my custodies. Because I also painted mine red, but that's basically the only thing that's the same about them, so. And his are painted way nicer than mine, so I don't know, but. Yeah, he said some kind of weird stuff to me at a tournament, and I'm like, that's the only thing I could think of that would, like, warrant that kind of behavior. Of course, I could just be reading too much into things, and he could just, I don't know, like being a dink. I don't know why I always feel like I have to figure out if it's my fault. Like, did I do something? Maybe I did nothing. Maybe he just doesn't like me. Just because. A doctorate in your honor. Aw, that's amazing. Just folding laundry. Oh, man. I hate folding laundry. I think that it's like my most hated chore. Like, I will do every frickin' chore before I do that. Like, cleaning toilets, doing dishes. I'll do all that shit before I fold the laundry. Hate it. I think it's just because it's one of those things where you get it all done and then like you immediately make more. I'm like, ah. You're just never complete. It's never a complete job. No such thing as an original idea under the sun. I agree. People who think they own a painting style or particular scheme is beyond conceited. I agree. I see a lot of bigger Insta painters get really prissy about it. It's interesting. I also feel like no matter what you do, you can never paint exactly like somebody else. Like you will always, like your hand is built different than like literally everybody else's hand. So like you're never ever going to be able to paint something exactly the same. So I just look at it like if people want to try my paint scheme, they're just like inspired by it, but it's inevitably going to be theirs when they're all finished. So funny. The only thing, and like, I hope that people don't take it the wrong way because sometimes people ask me, like, oh, how do you do the green on your tanks? And I will tell them every other paint scheme, but I won't tell them that one. And it's not because I'm afraid they're going to steal it from me or whatever. It's because I literally don't want to put them through trying to use that green paint. It is such a pain in the butt. I'm going to show you it and, like, just don't buy it. Don't buy this paint. It's just I've already committed to this damn color, so I can't get out of it. Let's see if I can find one here. Is it this one? No, I think it's this one. Whoops. Okay, so it's model color. I know it's Vallejo too, right? Like you'd think this would be great. Black green. Don't bother. Just don't bother. Because this color takes like 3 coats for me to paint my tanks, and I just, if you use an airbrush, fine, it probably is fine, but that's not my, like, that's not my method. So yeah, some people ask, how do you do your tanks? Just find a color that looks like it, but don't use this one. It's awful. I'm just committed to it now. Just keep the chain going, and I just realized I'm not following you on Insta. Oh, yeah. Yes, everybody, go give Dr. Rhino a follow on, like, literally everything. You will not regret it. They will copy each other. Like, one makes a how to paint X reel, then a day or two, another will conveniently do a video that is shot for shot the same. I think the problem with that, with the big creators, is that a lot of them have to do stuff with the exact same models for the exact same release date. That's part of the NDA that they sign with Games Workshop. So if they're making Games Workshop um, content, that could be part of the problem. In my humble opinion, that is part of the problem. So, but it is a phenomenon that has been studied. Um, it's like you will subconsciously be influenced by other creators' work, right? So if you watch a lot of other content creators, and like this is literally a thing that's been studied. So if you watch a bunch of other content creators and then you go and make content, it will align with what they're doing. And it's not because you consciously thought like, oh, I'm going to do the exact same thing as them. It's just like you're literally following their thought process, right? So like the next logical thing to do after you've done X is to do Y, but that's the same logical sort of way of thinking that they're doing. So that's why you see a lot of the same stuff. Like, you know, these people either one have signed that NDA, or they are just literally watching each other's content. So I mean, I don't think it's nefarious. I just think that's how the human brain works. Need to go. Listen to you next time. Stay awesome. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, Artemis Steve. It's always nice to see you in the chat. I mean, like how to paint ultramarines kind of thing. It is literally a thing that is being studied right now. So yeah, it's interesting how the human brain works, and like how social creatures like ourselves sort of like how we exist in society, and how like so much of what we do is handled by our like subconscious brain. It's really fascinating to me. But yeah, if you are a content creator and you don't want to keep doing the same stuff that everybody else is doing, one, don't sign that NDA with Games Workshop, because then you will have to paint that big box of Marines when it comes in. But also, don't consume other people's content. That's why I do not get upset at all when my content creator friends have not seen what I do, because honestly, I think it's better for them if they don't. So there's that. Especially the ones that do it for like a living. Like, I do not want them to watch my stuff, because I want them to do their own thing. And not because I don't want them to copy me. Like, if they want to, go hard. But um I feel like a lot of people are starting to get like a little bit like content burnout, because it is just a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I know my husband consumes a lot of content, and he even feels that way sometimes. Like, I feel like I've already watched this, or like literally everything on my For You feed on YouTube is all the same thing. So I have a tendency to assume the worst. Oh yeah, no, like in some things I definitely assume the worst too. I am no one to judge in that regard. It's just because I was looking into it. And it's not just a Warhammer thing. Like, it is a thing across literally every single content creator. And it's like we have like a group unconscious that like tells us what to do, or like what's going to be cool. It's pretty neat actually, but if you want to like set out on your own, you kind of got to stop watching stuff if you want to do your own thing, like truly your own thing. I've also heard of like content creators who go through, and there's like a discover tab in YouTube in particular, which will tell you what your subscribers are also looking for. And I know a lot of people make their content off that. I don't care. I don't even look at it. Because I feel like that's another way that you can sort of get sucked into that like cycle of making what everybody else is making. Like, no shade. There's a reason why I have not even made a comment about the whole Amazon. This is the first comment that I made about like the whole Amazon. Well, I don't even know his name. Superman guy. Um, because like literally everybody hopped on that train, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I literally tuned out of my social media for like 3 days. Because I was just like, I think it's cool that we could be getting like a thing, and I think it's cool that like the producer is at least a fan of the IP. Like, that's awesome. But like, dang, it ain't even certain. There's no script. They could still throw it out, you know? Don't get your hopes up. That's how Hollywood works. Sometimes they just throw out the script. Or throw out the idea without even getting a script. So I am hoping for the best, preparing for absolutely nothing to happen. Ooh, that moment you realize you're 20 minutes late to the stream because you were heating up the grill to make lunch. An hour later. Also, this gold is dynamite. Thanks! Yeah, I think like every color is kind of strong. But I feel like in Slaanesh it should be. Do you know what I mean? Also, I'm sorry about this autofocus. Autofocus don't know how to act. It's like I got the color balance right, and now autofocus there. Yay! Okay. They found it. But yeah, I feel like it works for Slaanesh. And then I think maybe some hot pink gems. And it'll be fire. I'm glad I'm a little fish. No worries and no drama, I hope. Well, even if you're a little fish, some people will try to bring you into their fucking drama. Always. You can't ever avoid it entirely, but the best thing to do is just to choose not to engage with it. Because it's usually other people's circus and other people's monkeys. You know, like it has nothing to do with you. That is my takeaway from having somebody try to bring me into their drama every year without fail, multiple times a year, even though I ignore them. Not my circus, not my freaking monkeys. Because there are people who just like feast on drama. Like, it almost seems to like feed their souls. So I just let it. I did a little mess up here. So I'm gonna have to go in with some purple and fix it. But that's okay. It won't be. It's not a big fix, so I'll do that at the end. I mean, I might even just completely forget that I messed up that part and then not worry about it, because I do tend to do that. So how do you, I'm curious, if you paint, how do you decide which metallics you're going to use? So people who've been around here for a while know that I use an app to determine like my color schemes or just to like double check like what I've chosen or to get ideas for accent colors. Like I use it quite a bit. And so this color scheme, even though it looks like crazy and like it's a lot of different colors all together, it is based off of a harmonized color scheme from the app. And one of the colors that was in that color scheme was like a hot pink. And so that's why I chose to do like a rose gold, like a pinky kind of gold, is because of that pink that was in that color scheme that I saw in the app. That's also why I'm probably going to do Warlord Purple Gems, is because that is in the color scheme as well. But like, do y'all put any thought into like which color metallics you're going to use? Or are you just like sword blades, they be silver, so I'm just gonna paint them silver. I'm just genuinely super curious about other people's process. My brain is not wanting to cooperate. Can't focus on work to save my life. Who'd guess that of all people might not jive with the gig that's all spreadsheets and PowerPoints? I love spreadsheets and PowerPoints. I'm a very organized person. What effect are you going to go with for the sword? No effect. I'm just going to paint it gold. If scheme is overall warm, usually cool metallics, or the opposite. Well, that's pretty cool. Are you using Imp Cat? Me? I don't even know what that is, so no. For metallics, I am the boring and old, brazen brass and bulk gunmetal, corn be praised. Oh, so it wasn't for me. I wanted to show you, Mark, that I believe I got this one from you. Did I not? But this is what I'm working on off stream, is this cutie guy here. And I also painted 4 Iron Guts, and I think 3 of them I got from you as well. So I am like starting to like make my way through that massive mountain of ogres that you sent me in the mail. So I just wanted to show you. They are getting work done, slowly and interspersed between other projects. I usually just use Retributor Gold, but I have several metallics if I want to feel fancy. I do like some of the GW metallics. Some of them aren't great, but I have a lot of metallics from Monument Hobbies, and I really, really like them. Okay, this is going to be like really iffy to paint that. So I'm going to do that off camera, I think, just because like trying to paint it and not get it all on like the purple of his, their chest, I think is going to be like a little bit difficult. So I'm going to paint this. What time are we at? Holy crap, 12:45. I have definitely gone over my time limit, but I'm just going to throw this on so we can see what it looks like on here. So the other arms are going to be black, kind of black leather, polyurethane kind of deal, but I wanted these claws to be the gold just because I think I can make it look really pretty with the highlights and the wash and stuff. I think it'll pick this up really nicely. Also, I haven't quite decided what color to do the claws, but I might do it the white like the hair. I think that might look really nice. But yeah, I have like a little bit of baking that I have to do today, so I'm probably just gonna paint this on. Also to use up what I have left in my palette, and then once that's done, I'll be calling it a day. So if you have questions for me, put them in the chat now, because there's a little bit of a delay. Impact is an app that lets you bring up a model and try out paint schemes on it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I just use Color Lab because it's fun. It's got like an eyedropper tool, so I can like pick out the color that I'm looking for. I can like pull it from a picture. So I can like take the lid off of a bottle of paint and then find a color based off that, and then find harmonies in the color app. Which is just so fun for me. I don't know. I just like playing around with it sometimes. Well, the paint that I have left in my palette is a little bit broken. I must have added a bit too much water to it. Oops. So, I think that's it. Since I'll have to add more paint to it in order to fix the paint that I have in there, I'm just going to call it there. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to finish base coating all of the gold, and then I'm going to do a wash of Reichland Flesh Shade so that next time that we stream, I haven't decided if I'm going to stream next Monday because I might just be like all holiday hungover. So we'll see how that goes. It might be the week after, sort of depends how my weekend goes. And so I'm going to finish that, and then it'll be all ready to go for us to do the highlights on it. I think that'll be really fun to do on stream. I might post to Instagram actually, do like a little update once the wash is dry so y'all can see kind of like where we're at. But the gold really is pulling it all together. And I don't remember who said like do the sort of jade color, but I do think that I'm going to do the jade color on the inside of this like little collar thing. I don't know if you can kind of see. Let's see if we can get the camera to actually focus. Maybe. But yeah, I am going to do the jade just because there's going to be some black on the horns there. So I think that the jade will pop. And then I think on the back of it, I'm going to do it black because there's just not a lot of black showing through on the back. So yeah, I think I'll do this black. We'll do jade on the inside. I might do that off stream too, just because it's going to be a pain in the butt to like get in there and do highlights. Sorry it's not focusing. I don't know. But that's where we're at, and I really do think that the gold is bringing it all together. Let's do that. It's an app that lets you bring up a model and try out paint schemes. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ogre Swarm will last for years and years. It's true. Adobe Color Wheel. You have to pay for that now, though, don't you? I thought you had to pay for it. You have to pay for something new in Adobe. But yeah, so if you have any questions or anything you need a hand, best way to get me is through the Patreon Discord. I don't tend to be quite timely with messages on other platforms. I've just turned off notifications so that I can sort of maintain a life outside of the internet. But you can send me messages everywhere else, and I will get to them eventually. And I hope that you all have an amazing, wonderful Christmas, and if I don't see you next week, which I might not, I hope that you have an amazing, wonderful New Year as well. Stay safe, stay warm, enjoy the best of the season, whatever that means for you. And if you are a bit of a humbug like myself, you send me a message because I get you. I understand. And that's it for today. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And until next time, be nice and roll dice. Bye, everybody.